I can't go slow. I mean, you don't have to, Nanami. You can absolutely, do better than Shibuya and show me a real incident, you know? Hello, and welcome to Stay With Me. This is a spicy Nanami Kento Dating Sim in which you get to potentially have a happy ending with our favorite hardworking sorcerer in Malaysia. Let's get started. I have been waiting for a Nanami one, because I absolutely adore this man. He's so sweet. He's so cute. I can't wait to see him. A voice in the dark. There is a land of the living, and the land of the dead, and the bridge is love. The end is survival. The only meaning, the end. Did you enjoy this one? I hope so. Then silence. He dreads the moment the voice leaves him. It always feels colder, lonelier without it, but another sound rises in its place, soft and rhythmic, steady, like a heartbeat. Light flickers at the edge of his vision. Something warm brushes his cheek. He feels it, really feels it. His eyes shift beneath the heavy lids. Every blink a struggle. His body doesn't want to wake, but the sound, whatever it is, draws him towards it. So, I might be wrong, but this kind of seems like Nanami has already died and he's being put back together or brought back with effort. Nanami opens his eyes. Oh, it's so pretty. The world is blurred, half in shadow. His left eye bandaged. His fingers graze rough fabric over it, and something deep in his chest twists. Oh, so he didn't die. He made it. The room is unfamiliar. A table holds medical tools arranged with quiet precision. And in the corner, a small stack of books waits, quiet and undisturbed. There it is again. That sound. He doesn't want to believe it, but he knows it. Sitting up feels like dragging himself out of water. His limbs are heavy, his breath shallow. Each movement aches, but still he rises. Slowly, stubbornly, he pushes to his feet. He stumbles. Pain bites deep into his side, but he doesn't stop. He reaches the door, fingers fumbling with the handle, and opens it. The breeze hits him like a memory, warm, salted, and alive. This feels real. Am I dead? Barefoot, he steps outside. The soil is coarse beneath him, the scent of the sea filling his lungs. Sunlight filters through thick tropical leaves, and just beyond, the shimmer of waves. Are we in Malaysia? He walks forward with slow and uneven steps. The world around him too vivid to be a dream. Am I dead? The thought comes again, quieter, less certain. His memory is a blur of fire and screaming. Shibuya. The battle, then nothing. The waves touch his feet. He closes his eyes. No, I'm alive. Nanami! He turns at the sound of his name, heart jarring in his chest. She's standing there, panting. Face streaked with sweat and something like disbelief. Relief softens her eyes, but panic clings to them still. You're awake. You step towards him, pressing your hands together to still their shaking. He's standing, breathing. Here, everything is okay now. I knew you were getting better, but I didn't expect you to just wake up and leave like that. A nervous laugh slips out. Too quick, his eyes don't leave you. Watching beneath the bright, unrelenting sun, the longer he stares, the tighter your stomach knots. Does he remember me? Please don't have forgotten me. He's so pretty though, look at him. And his shoulders are so wide, after everything he's been through. Memory loss would be a cruel twist. How do you feel? He opens his mouth, but the words catch. He swallows, and tries again. And then your name, a spoken wholesome raw but real. Every fiber in your body reacts. Yes? What happened? Where are we? You're not expecting the questions. I'll tell you everything, but first, let's get you inside. The sun's too strong. His legs falter beneath him and he drops to one knee. Oh, getting married already? I mean, yeah, sure. Yay! You rush forward. Nanami! You slip your arm beneath his and steady him. Come on, I've got you. 2 months ago, October 31st, Shibuya. Even before they brought Ino in, you knew something was wrong. There had been a pressure in the air all day. A weight in your chest you couldn't shake, the kind that whispered someone's life was about to change. Maybe end. You stood in the makeshift infirmary beside Shoko, hands stained with blood and antiseptic, trying to stay focused. But your thoughts had already drifted too far, past the white sheets, the stretcher, and the flickering overhead lights. To him, Nanami, where was he? Was he safe? The sound of wings pulled your attention back. Megumi stepped into the room, his wolf Shikigami carrying someone across its back. It was Ino, unconscious. His face was pale, his body limp, chest rising in shallow, uneven breaths. Gojo-sensei has been sealed. I wonder how MC in the other Gojo game would be faring. You froze. The gauze in your hand crumpled under your tightening grip. As Megumi lowered Ino to one of the stretchers, calling out to Shoko, but his voice felt far away, drowned beneath the sun-deafening rush of your heartbeat. Your Gojo Satoru was sealed. Where's Nanami? Probably inside the barrier we split up. Your mind spiraled. You remember the dream Nanami told you about. The quiet life he hoped for. What if he never got the chance to reach it? What if this was it? Someone said your name. You flinched, pulled abruptly back to the present. Megumi was gone. Shoko stood beside you, watching. Her eyes were as tired as ever, ringed with shadows, but beneath them there was something else. Understanding and concern. Go. You glanced towards Yaga, standing near Ino's stretcher. Yaga said, if you leave quickly, he won't notice. You hesitated, unsure of what held you back. Orders, guilt, or the fear of what you might find. I just want to check on him. Shoko's lips curved into the barest hint of a smile. The kind shared between people who had seen too much and still chose to care. Of course you do. You nodded, your throat tightening. I'll be back soon. I am going to find hell. Hey look, Shibuya. You found him in the metro station, bleeding, but still standing. From your position, you saw him alone, facing a powerful curse that loomed nearby, mourning another that was already dissolving into the air like smoke. You moved carefully, summoning a veil of poison between Nanami and the curse. Just as the energy began to form, he turned, his eyes widening in disbelief. What are you doing here? Leave. The curse moved faster than your technique. Before the veil could solidify, it held a blast of fire. The flames struck the forming barrier, igniting it midair. The resulting explosion tore through the platform, sending both of you flying through a wall of shattered glass. You hit the ground hard. Pain bloomed along your side. You tasted blood in your mouth. Nanami lay nearby, slumped against the wall, his head lowered, blood matted in his hair. You heard curses approaching. You had to get him out of there. Mahito's voice echoed through the broken metro station. You pressed against the wall, struggling to breathe. You hadn't made it far. There were too many curses and transfigured humans. Even if you reached Shoko now, you'd be leading them straight to her, and to the others. You looked down at Nanami. You'd done what you could, but it wasn't enough. Your phone was already in your hand. You didn't remember grabbing it. Blood smeared the screen as you dialed the number. It rang once. Of all the calls I was expecting, yours wasn't one of them. I need that favor. Locations in the message. Pause. You saved her brother's life once. She couldn't say no to you. At least, that's what you hoped. I see. Do you have a place in mind? Your mind was racing. Where should you go? But one thing was certain. If Nanami stayed in Tokyo, he'd die. A place far, far away. I can go back. The voice on the other end of the line sighs. You need to recover properly, Nanami. You just woke up from a coma. 2 months. Her tone is calm but firm. Like she already knows that he's gonna argue and isn't interested in letting him win. The kids are alright. We've got it covered. Relax. But Gojo, it's not the same without him or the others. But we're managing. There's a pause. When she speaks again, her voice softens. And don't feel bad. It's better you were there recovering instead of here. With everything that's happened, I don't know if you'd have made it. The culling games, the fight against Suguna, Gojo's death. Oh my god. Gojo MC in the Gojo game must be absolutely losing her mind. How did so much happen in such a short time? Take a vacation. You deserve it. Another voice cuts in, familiar and annoyingly upbeat. Yuji? Oh, it's Ino. You always wanted a vacation, Nanami. Just enjoy it. And with a cute nurse, too. Nanami exhales, slow and tired. He doesn't respond. His gaze shifts to the window. Outside, she's in the garden. He watches her move, focused and graceful, completely unaware that he's looking. She took care of him for 2 full months. In this quiet, hidden place no one knew about. She cooked, cleaned, treated his injuries. Stayed. He already thanked her, more than once. Still, he doesn't understand. Why here? Maybe it was just stress. A trauma response. She needed peace. Was it a coincidence that she brought him to a place he often dreamed about? Did he ever tell her about it during one of her breaks? He doesn't remember, and yet she stayed here with him. Why? Because I have a crush on you, and I care about you, and I love you. Just come back when you're ready, or don't come back at all and marry. The line cuts out. Anyway, recover properly and relax. Nanami's finger tightens slightly around the phone. If the kids need anything, tell them they can contact me. Shoko hums. It's not quite a yes, not quite a no. Just that quiet sound she makes when she knows he means it. And Nanami, try not to mess this up again. He grunts and ends the call. The door opens behind you when you glance up. Nanami steps outside. He looks better, steadier after the last healing session, but he still has a way to go before he's fully recovered. Now that he's awake, you can't help but wonder, will he prefer to go back and have Shoko heal him? How is everyone? Fine. They're still reorganizing after everything that happened. You nod, though a chill runs through you at the memory. The updates you'd heard during those 2 months have been overwhelming, distant and chaotic, impossible to look away from. You weren't there to help. You couldn't be, and still you were grateful. Grateful that Nanami had been far from all of it. You get up and smile at him. Are you ready to change your bandages? You gently peel back the old bandages and clean the wounds with practiced care. After so many days, the routine feels almost automatic and familiar. Oh my, whoa! He's so pretty! You sense Nanami's gaze on you. When you glance up, he looks away. I'm not looking away. I'm staring very closely. What size bra do you wear? You smile to yourself. It still hits you. He's awake. You've been doing this every day. His voice is quiet. You hadn't realized how much you missed hearing it. Yes. Why? You finished wrapping the fresh bandages. Your hands moving without thought. I'm your assigned doctor at Jujutsu Kaisen. Did you forget? Don't be a coward. There is another reason why. Just tell him. Nanami lets out a low grunt. The same one he always used to make. You laugh softly. Some things never change. 2 years ago, Tokyo Jujutsu High. The director had told you that Shoko was overworked and needed support. So you were brought in to help. Your ability to heal with reverse curse technique was rare and valuable. The work was constant, but you handled it the best you could. One day, a new patient appears. Tall, broad-shouldered with the calm, unreadable expression of someone who had seen too much and still kept going. Shoko let him in. This is Nanami Kento. Why don't you try healing him while I take care of the others? He nodded, motioning for him to sit as Shoko moved to the next case. The session was brief. You made small talk about the weather, a new bakery that just opened in Kagurazaka. You weren't sure if he was actually listening until he asked what kind of bread they sold. Shoko watched the two of you across the room, glancing over now and then with a strange little look in her eyes. Later, as Nanami left, she turned to you. You're going to be responsible for treating him from now on, okay? You agreed, and didn't think much of it at first. He rarely came in with more than a few cuts or minor injuries. Nothing like the others. Quiet, composed, always professional. But after a few visits, he offered to buy you coffee during one of your breaks. Just once, he said, to return the favor. But then it kept happening, over and over. Sometimes you wondered if he was flirting, but people flirted during work all the time. It was the way to pass the time, nothing more. Still, you liked his presence. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, I like a lot more than just his presence. The way he listened, and his deadpan humor. Eventually, you grew comfortable around him. He even smiled once or twice. You weren't sure if he meant it, but it stayed with you longer than it should have. One afternoon, during one of those quiet breaks, he sat beside you. There was something different in his posture, like he was working up to something. Would you like to? Footsteps, shouting, we have an emergency, come quick. You didn't hesitate. You and Shoko ran to the surgical room. The patient, a young sorcerer, was already slipping. You tried everything. Nothing worked. When it was over, when the room had gotten still, Shoko exhaled beside you. He just got married. We need to tell his wife he didn't make it. Oh no! You nodded numbly. You were glad it wouldn't be you delivering the news. Later, drained and raw. Drained and what now? This is serious. You sat down in the hallway. Nanami was there. Did he hear the news? Probably. He hands you a cup of warm coffee without a word. Thank you. You took a long sip. Let the warmth anchor you. Oh, did you want to say something to me earlier? He looked at you for a long time. Searching, maybe, or deciding. Then he shook his head. No! He was about to confess to me and we were going to go get married and spelunk. It wasn't anything important. Everything you say is important, Nanami. God damn it. Why must life get in the way? Why do I never get anything I want? At first, Nanami doesn't know what to do with so much free time. He starts with reading. We could just kiss for hours. You brought him a small stack of books from the village. Some fiction, some poetry. A few obscure ones you thought that might catch his eye. He reads quietly in the house, or stretched out in the hammock by the sea. Wow, what a sight. Eyes tracing the words as the waves roll in. This must be such a nice, tranquil place. But one night he turns to you. Oh? Did you used to read to me before? Maybe. You blink, unsurprised. Yes, I did. Did you hear it? I think so. It made the darkness a bit more bearable. You bite your lip, trying not to smile too obviously. Do you want me to keep doing it? He hesitates just for a breath. Please. So you do. You read to him every day. Sometimes on the couch. Sometimes at his bedside. He listens with his eyes closed, his breathing slow and steady, reading to him everywhere except for not on his lap. And sometimes, you think you catch the hint of a smile on his lips. Life on the island settles into something soft, peaceful. You keep healing him, helping him through physio, guiding him back into his body bit by bit. And when he's strong enough to walk more easily, you show him around. You grow vegetables in the garden, herbs along the edges. Nanami offers to help, but you refuse. He's not ready yet, so he sits in a chair nearby, watching. The breeze tussles his hair. Sometimes he closes his eyes and just breathes, long and deep like he's never allowed himself to before. Don't worry, you absolutely gorgeous man. You are safe now. Thank you for bringing me here. He pauses. If I had died, I wouldn't have known that this could be. Your heart stirs. He says things like that sometimes. Quiet, honest things he probably doesn't realize that affect you the way they do. You deserve to rest. I never believed that before. Rest felt like weakness, like stepping away meant giving up. He glances towards the sea, but now, I think I finally understand the difference. He's so pretty. That scene of him on the beach in the actual show was so gorgeous. Let's get to here. You rise slowly, feeling the strain in your legs as you stretch out the stiffness. I need to go to the village for supplies. I'll be back soon. You help him back inside. He doesn't say anything, but the way his eyes follow you says enough. He wants to go with you. Stay inside, okay? Why? Are you afraid I'll follow you? Yes, I'm terrified you chased me down with those wobbly legs. He huffs, more amused than offended. Give me a few more days, and I'll be carrying the groceries myself. Then rest up. Prove me wrong. He hums but doesn't reply. Just leans back in the chair watching you go. The last time you went to the village, he was still unconscious. You locked the door just in case, but now he's awake, mobile and stubborn. If he wanders too far, he could hurt himself. You glance at the humidifier in the bedroom. During his worst nights, you used to add a trace of your poison, just enough to numb the pain and let him sleep. You could use it now just a little. He wouldn't notice. It would keep him from leaving the house until you returned. No, we're not doing that. You trust Nanami. He's stronger now. Clearer. It'll be fine. You'll only be gone a few hours. When you return, he's asleep on the chair by the window, book resting in his lap. You smile and gently take it from his hands. He murmurs your name in his sleep, barely audible. Your heart stumbles. Oh? Dreaming about me? You don't know when it started. This feeling. But now that it's here, you can't seem to let it go. Nor would I want to. Nanami is like perfect husband material. You and Nanami are out on one of his daily walks. Part of the slow, steady return to the strength of his body. The air is warm. The sky is clear and the sea breeze follows you through the trees. And that's where you find it. A cave. Tucked behind the rocks. Half hidden by overgrowth. The entrance is wide and cool. The ground inside littered with shells and smooth stone. Nanami pauses at the threshold. You glance at him. You can tell that he wants to say something. You've known him long enough to recognize the way his posture shifts, the quiet tension in his shoulder, but you wait. He'll speak when he's ready. Are you gonna boink in the cave? You step inside to gather a few shells, something small to decorate the house. That's when you hear it. A familiar gurgling sound. You freeze. A curse. You whip around. But Nanami is still at the entrance. You can't see it yet, can't sense it yet. You move quickly, summoning a small poison trap and trapping the creature in it. The air shimmers briefly, the curse rides, then crumbles, dissolving into smoke and ash. Nanami must have felt the spike in cursed energy, because he calls out, "Is everything okay?" You glance at what's left of the curse. Just faint residue now, then turn to him with a bright smile. Everything's fine, but his voice comes again. Lower, more serious. What happened in there? I felt cursed energy. We'll tell him. I want to be honest. It was just a small curse. His eyes widen slightly. His stance shifts, more alert now. You raise your hands gently. I already took care of it, don't worry. You start walking to the entrance. After a moment, he follows. He relaxes a little but glances over his shoulder more than once. Outside, a low rumble rolls across the sky. Wind rustles the trees, and dark clouds creep in where sunlight once was. A sudden gust lifts the scent of rain in the air and then it starts. Heavy drops patter against the leaves, and thunder echoes all around you. Maybe we should wait a little. You find a dry spot beneath a rocky outcrop and sit on the large stone. Nanami joins you, and together, you watch the rain pour over the trees and ocean. It's quiet, almost peaceful, and then he speaks. Why'd you choose this place? This island? You turn to him. Does he not remember? You told me once that you wanted to go to a place just like this. October 30th, one day before the Shibuya incident. You'd finished your work for the day and were drinking with Shoko, who, as you learned, could drink a lot. The two of you sat outside on the stairs, watching the night stretch over Tokyo, the bottle of sake between you. That's when Nanami arrives. You look up but didn't say anything, just held out the bottle silently. He hesitated, then took it. Just like how I'll be taking it later? Come on, Yuni, even that was a reach. At some point, Shoko left. Maybe to grab more drinks from the convenience store. You weren't really sure. The buzz in your head made the minutes blur together. Now it's just you and Nanami in a quiet, comfortable silence. Do you have a dream? His voice broke the stillness, like a stone into still water. You blinked at him. No one had ever asked you that question, and you never even asked yourself. You never really wanted anything. You just did your job. And the idea of wanting something so badly and failing to get it was terrifying. Personally, I know it's like scary and everything, but I feel like having big dreams gives you something, I don't know, something cool to chase after, right? Because if I didn't have big dreams, I wouldn't be doing content creation for work, nor would I be making games for my job either. So it's like, I feel like the bigger you aim, as scary as it is, it gives you more drive to push towards that goal. And you kind of end up either at that goal or adjacent to it, but I still feel like it's just really rewarding. You let out a dry laugh, trying to shake the thought off. Not really. I don't want anything. Not to waste. That's how I feel. Although, sometimes it takes time to come to the realization that you have a goal. So, I guess I personally wouldn't be too hung up if you don't have one yet. Like for me, I think it took many years before I actually figured out what I wanted to do. So like, if you're watching this video and you're feeling a little bit aimless, I guess as someone who's like older, I would just say, do what you feel at the moment. And if what you feel later actually changes into something else that you feel your heart lies a bit more towards, then that's okay as well. Okay, no more life lessons. We're here to bang Nanami. You smile to yourself, but Nanami wouldn't have said that so directly. What about you then, since dreams are so important? He stared at the little sake cup in his hand and downed it in one smooth motion to go somewhere quiet. An isolated island maybe, just relaxing, reading a book, feeling the wind. As he spoke, you could almost see it. The image forming behind your eyes like a memory that hadn't happened yet. It was like a glimpse into something you never thought about. A future. Not in any real way, not yours. The feeling felt like tasting a drug. Addicting. You wanted to hear him keep talking about it. Look at the little blush. He's so cute. What else? Something that makes your heart ache when you think about it. He didn't answer right away. Then his voice cut the silence again. To get married. I would also like to get married. You wanna get married right now? He glanced at his left hand, no ring. Something inside you stirred, but you ignored it. You haven't found someone you can see a future with. His gaze lifted to meet yours. Heavy lidded from the alcohol, but clear underneath. I have. Aww, is it me? Please tell me it's me. Please. Kneels on the floor, grabs your leg. Your breath caught just slightly. Then, what's stopping you? A shadow passes across his face. Subtle, but enough to shift the air between you. I wouldn't bear to leave them behind when I die. The words settle between you like fog, quiet and heavy. Before you could say anything else, Shoko returns. Arms full of snacks and more drinks. The moments passed, but you didn't forget it. Even long after the night faded, those words stayed with you. They echoed every time you looked at him. And I sure do look at him a lot. If he didn't have to be a sorcerer, he could have that life. A family. He'd seen so many lives cut short. So many dreams abandoned mid-sentence. You didn't want that for him. Somehow more than anything. You wanted him to be one of the few who got to live. Maybe you couldn't escape this cursed world. But maybe he could. And if you could help him reach that future, you would. Nanami sits beside you. Eyes closed as you finish speaking. For a moment you wonder, did he fall asleep? Was your story that boring? You have a soft, fake offended laugh and lean just slightly towards him. Did you seriously fall asleep while I was talking? His eye opens slowly, and your breath catches in your throat. No, I was appreciating the sound of your voice. Aww, you're so cute. We should get married right now. You are like perfect husband material. Plus, I bet you'd be such a good dad as well. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Nanami, get me pregnant when? God damn it, Jesus. His gaze holds yours. You can't look away. I kept dreaming of it. That's what brought me back. You blink, and your heart skips a beat. I was afraid I'd never wake up again. I just wanted to see you one more time. Oh my god, why is there angst in my smut? I'm gonna cry. You swallow hard. Pulse thudding in your chest. I'm gonna swallow something else hard later. And why did you want to see me again? He doesn't move. He just turns his head slightly to face you more fully. To tell you it's you, the one I saw a future with. I'm gonna cry. No. The one is by my side in my dream. Your breath catches. I understand if that's sudden. You lean in and kiss him. Wow. He freezes for a second, then melts into it. His hand lifts, warm and careful, cupping your face. His thumb brushes lightly against your cheek and the contact sends a quiet shiver down your spine. Outside, the storm rolls on. Thunder distant, rain streaking across the sky. You kiss for a long time. Then it finally breaks, and your forehead rests lightly against his. You close your eyes, breathing him in. He smells like warmth and rain and something familiar. Something that sinks into your chest and settles there, soft and safe. You lean into his shoulder and he lets you. Together, you watch the storm paint the sea in streaks of grey and silver. And in the silence, your heart settles into something softer than it's felt in a long time. After the kiss, the day seemed to pass more quickly. Nanami remains respectful. Almost too much so. He doesn't initiate anything beyond soft kisses, shared glances and quiet touches, but it's enough. You spend your time wrapped in a kind of quiet happiness. You read curled up together on the couch. Take slow walks along the beach at dusk. and sometimes splash each other in the shallows like you're both younger, freer, and lighter. This sounds like such a good time. When is it gonna be me? On rainy days, he prepares meals with you, slow and careful with his hands, or naps beside you under a blanket while you read aloud to him. Sometimes, he holds your hand without saying a word, aww, and that alone feels like everything. He grows more focused during his rehabilitation, more serious like he's training for something. There's one particular movement he repeats, soft, controlled, again and again. You don't know what it means, but you don't ask. You help him anyway. Soon, he's strong enough to join you now on trips to the village. You're relieved. It's good to walk beside him again, to know he's there while you're buying fish. The old fisherman gives Nanami a warm smile. It's great to finally see you. Your wife was very devoted to your recovery. Nanami glances at you and you freeze. You let out a breathy, embarrassed laugh and quickly turn away, moving to the next stall before you can say anything. So I've been promoted to husband now. Yes? Do you like that? Cause I quite like it. Your face burns. This community is very traditional, to the point where an unmarried man and woman aren't supposed to live alone together. I didn't feel like explaining the full situation. He studies you for a beat. That's a title I wouldn't mind earning. Oh my gosh. Oh, Nanami. God, you were so perfect. You let out an awkward laugh and wave it off, still mortified by the fisherman's assumption, but your heart is fluttering a little faster. You walk side by side through the village, warmth still lingering in your chest when you start to hear the whispers. A creature haunting the outskirts. Strange disappearances, mostly children. Electronic devices malfunctioning. Flickering lights, phones cutting out, radios dying mid-sentence. Before you can process it fully, Nanami has already stepped towards the gathering villagers. Do you have any more information about this creature? You quickly move to his side, your pulse spiking. He shouldn't be thinking about curses, not now, maybe not ever again. Let him speak. You watch him speak to the villagers, heart pounding, but you don't stop him and stay by his side. He listens, asks questions, then turns to you. It might be a curse. Might? All that behavior sounds pretty curse-like to me, Nanami. Yes. What should we do? You open and close your hands, glancing at the villagers. We need to gather more information. I'll talk to them later. He nods and you start walking back home together. When you finally leave the village, you exhale, a deep breath you hadn't realized you were holding. Nanami has been more active lately. He walks with less hesitation, talks with more ease. Some days he even goes to the village alone just for the quiet routine of it. Part of you feels unsettled, wondering if he's going after that curse, but you try not to worry about it too much. When he returns today, he finds you in the garden. He sets down a small basket of vegetables he picked up from the market and joins you for his usual routine. That one movement he's repeated for weeks now. You watch him do it easily. No strain, no hesitation. He kneels to the ground, breathing steady. Good job. You don't need to practice anymore. Is he practicing kneeling on the ground so he can propose? Because if that's the case, I am going to pierce with love. Good job. You don't even need to practice anymore. Bay doesn't rise. You step towards him, brow furrowed. Oh my god. Wait, is Nanami proposing? Are you alright? Do you need me to? He reaches into his pocket. You freeze as he pulls out something small. A ring, simple but beautiful, made of pale, smooth pearls. Each one slightly different from the next. Your hand flies to your mouth. Look at him, look at his face. He's so pretty. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You brought me back, helped me to remember what it feels like to want something, to have a future. You helped me make my dream a reality. And now, I hope we can build the next one together. I'll cry. Aw, that's so sweet. He holds the ring up to you. Will you marry me? Your breath catches. For a moment the world goes quiet. Just the sound of the ocean, the wind threading through the trees and the steady beat of your heart. And you look at him, at Nanami, the man who even now still carries so much quiet in his eyes. But this feels different. There's hope in him now, and you feel it blooming in you too. Yes, of course I will. He exhales, like he's been holding his breath for months. When he rises, you meet him halfway and kiss him. His arms come around you, anchoring you against him. And for the first time in a long time, there's nothing pulling either of you away. Just this. Just love. Are we gonna boink now? He's never imagined the future like this. Quiet mornings, the sound of the sea drifting in through the open windows, the woman he loves sitting beside him brushing her fingers over his wrist as she reads aloud. After everything, he thought peace would feel foreign, but it doesn't. It feels right. They're engaged now. She said yes with tears in her eyes and a laugh in her throat. He still sees that moment when he closes his eyes, her hand at her mouth, the breeze in her hair. the faint smell of salt and flowers. He hasn't stopped wearing the smile that came with it, so when he brings it up just casually, between sips of tea, he doesn't expect the shift in her expression. I was thinking, maybe we could go to Tokyo. Choose wedding clothes, tell the others. She stills, blinks, then calmly sips her drink. Do you really think that's necessary? He watches her over the rim of his cup. It'd be good, don't you think? We'd come back after. She hums, a sound without commitment. Do you really want to go? Yes, I do. She nods, slowly, and gets up. I see. Let me think about it, okay? She leans in, presses a soft kiss to his forehead, and walks out of the room. He watches her go, a small crease forming between his brows. Did I say something wrong? No, honestly, you're fine, Nanami. It's me. I am just traumatized and scared of losing you. One afternoon, he tries to turn on the TV, just to check the weather, maybe listen to something light while he works in the kitchen. But nothing happens. No sound, no static. The screen stays black. He checks the cord, the outlet. Everything's plugged in exactly as it should be. Wait, there is a curse. Strange. Later, he picks up the phone to try dialing the village. The line is dead. No dial tone, not even static. A hollow silence fills the room. His fingers hover over the receiver for a moment before he sets it down. Could it be the curse's doing? The thought lingers, but he doesn't say it out loud. And lately, he's been feeling weaker, slower. Not in any dramatic way, just a heaviness in his limbs that takes a little more effort to shake off every morning. Oh no! Do not take my husband from me. I will be so mad. He mentions it to her once while they're eating dinner. She gives him a small smile and says it's probably the heat. The humidity. Summer coming in strong. I'm not using my poison, am I? He nods. Tries to believe it, but it doesn't sit quite right. The villagers are still talking. More children gone missing, more strange malfunctions. He can't ignore it anymore. We should go after that curse. She hesitates and gives a quiet answer. I know. Today. She holds his gaze. There's a beat of silence between them, stretched just long enough to make the air feel heavier. Then she sighs. Alright. She agrees, but her body tells a different story. The way her shoulders stay tense. The way she doesn't look at him when she says it. He notices though. He doesn't understand. Why does she seem afraid? They're strong enough. Aren't they? There's no curse, it's just me. You follow the villagers' clues, deeper into the forest. The air thickens around you, damp and heavy. Moss clings to the trunks and the trees seem to lean inwards like they're watching. You didn't want to be here, not like this. You glance at Nanami. He walks just ahead of you, his shoulders squared, step steady. Like this is just another mission, another curse. But it's not. You didn't pull him back from the edge of death so he could return to this life. You didn't spend weeks at his side healing him, holding him, just to watch the world chew him up again. You don't want him to fight anymore. You want him to stay with you, safe. The cursed energy hits all at once, jagged and wrong. The curse lurches from the underbrush, fast and snarling, mouth open too wide. Nanami moves to intercept, but you're faster. Your rage surges like blood in your throat. You throw your hand forward and your poison answers. Not careful, not precise. It explodes from your fingers like venom, dark and burning and alive. It hits the curse full on, slamming it into its chest and wrapping around its limbs, choking it and drowning it in your fury. It screams. High, shrill and ugly. You don't stop. You push more into it. More than necessary. You burn it down to nothing until the air stinks of rotten smoke and something worse. Ash rains down, catching your hair. Your chest heaves. There's nothing left of it, not even a trace. Something brushes your arm and you flinch. Breath catching in your throat, but it's only Nanami. He steps closer, gently pulling you into his arms. It's alright, my dear. You let yourself lean into him. Though your pulse is still racing, adrenaline burning hot beneath your skin. Your hands are trembling, and you don't know if it's from the poison or the fury you haven't fully let go of. Thank you for helping those people. You don't look at him yet, your heart's still pounding. I'm fine now. You don't need to worry about me so much anymore. I know, your voice is soft but it wavers. But I still do. He nods slightly then steps back just enough to place a hand at your back. Come on, let's go back home. The two of you walk in silence, your fingers brushing lightly, your steps slow through the quiet trees. But something inside you is still burning. How many more times will the world try and call him back? How many more times will he answer? You don't know. Are you willing to find out? They arrive back home. The air feels clearer somehow, like something heavy has finally lifted. He steps through the door and pauses just for a moment, letting the silence settle around him. But out of quiet curiosity, he walks to the TV and presses the power button. It turns on, the screen glowing softly. He checks the phone next and it works too. So it really was the curse. Behind him, he hears the rustle of pages. She's on the sofa now, a book in hand. She looks at him and pats the seat beside her, an invitation. Does that mean that, like, if I pick all the wrong answers, it's not the curse? And then he gets mad? He crosses the room and sinks into the space next to her. Their arms touch, and that small point of contact is all it takes to settle something inside him. She opens the book and begins to read, her rhythm soothing in a way that nothing else is. He closes his eyes and listens. He doesn't need to go back to Tokyo to keep helping. Not really. He can still support them. Reach out, stay connected. Visit when it's needed. But the pressure is gone, the weight, the sense that everything depends on him. It's been gone for a while now. And in its place, something else has taken root. Something quieter, more certain. All he can think about now is the dream he once spoke aloud under the stars, barely believing in it, and how soon it'll finally become real. Nothing bad better happen. I will cry. The sun is setting, casting the sky in warm streaks of orange, pink, and gold. The sky sputters, the sea sparkles with the light, waves catching the glow like scattered gems. The island is alive with quiet celebration. Laughter in the distance, soft music playing on someone's old speaker, the scent of grilled wood mixing with flowers strung across the wooden arch behind you. Oh my god, look at him! He's so pretty! Wow. You stand barefoot in the sand, holding Nanami's hand as the ceremony unfolds. He looks gorgeous in the fading light, your soon-to-be husband. You try to memorize everything. The way his thumb moves over yours, slow and reassuring. The way the breeze plays with his hair. The way his eyes never leave yours. Going back to Tokyo had been nerve-wracking. The city was loud, sharp, and full of old ghosts. You were afraid that once he was there, surrounded by it all again, he chose to leave, to keep fighting to die. But you didn't try to stop him. You waited, and he chose this island. He chose to stay with you. He clears his throat, and the small crowd quiet. There was a time I thought I knew what I was meant for. Work, responsibility, and sacrifice. But you reminded me that living is not the same as surviving. That strength isn't just in endurance, but in choosing peace when it's offered. You gave me that choice, and today I make mine. I choose you. Pikachu? You don't wait for the official signal. You step forward and kiss him. The moment your lips meet, cheers erupt. Through the blur of your tears, you see familiar faces in the crowd. Shoko is clapping with that tired little smile that says more than words ever could. Ino is sobbing, of course he is, and someone hands him a tissue. Nanami's Kohai are there too, all of them. His face lights up when he sees them, that rare unguarded smile spreading across his face. Yuji is the most enthusiastic, waving both arms like a kid at a festival. Aww. Later, you find a moment to yourself and walk down the sea. And now we boink. The sky has dimmed into lavender. The waves are quiet. The celebration hums gently behind you. Nanami appears at your side and takes your hand, fingers intertwining with yours. Which dream should we chase now? Boinking? You glance at him surprised. What? You always focus on everyone else. On me, on healing, on protecting. When was the last time you thought about what you wanted? If I want something for myself and lose it, I don't know what I'll do. He squeezes your hand. Then don't do it alone. It was terrifying to have a dream by yourself. Then let's create one together. Oh my gosh. My god, aren't you perfect? You smile, your heart full, and lean your head against his shoulder. Alright, and for a moment, just one perfect moment, you wish you could stay like this forever. Maybe you can't, but you'll carry this moment with you. Always. Woohoo, here we go! Yay! You lie on the bed with Nanami, your fingers threaded tightly together. Like a promise neither of you will let slip. The breeze from the open window carries the scent of the ocean. Salt and blossoms, cool against your fever-warm skin. He leans in, lips brushing yours. You're so beautiful like this. I still can't believe you're mine. I mean, the feeling is very mutual, Nanami. He moves lower, settling down below like it's his rightful place. He glances up, eyes heavy with want, but still so tender it makes your chest ache. I waited for this for a long time. My love, my wife. Oh my god, hearing him call me my wife is just so... Ugh, gosh. Each movement is patient, like he's determined to memorize how you fall apart for him. I was not expecting that perspective. He looks great, by the way. I was not expecting the yield POV shot. Wow. He looks great. I can't stop staring at it. It's so rhythmic. I'm just like, his face is so pretty. Each movement makes your breath hitch. His fingers locked with yours. It's so rhythmic. I'm so distracted. I think this is the most distracting one. I'm just looking. It's really nice. Too good. I can't go slow. I mean, you don't have to, Nanami. You can absolutely, like, hank it down and do better than Shibuya and show me a real incident, you know? There's a close-up shot as well. I'm just... wow. His hand tightens around yours, grounding himself because everything else in him wants to just give in. Aww. I mean, he is absolutely going overtime on me right now, but I love him too. I love you too. I'll love you like this for the rest of our lives. Whoa! Woohoo! The room is quiet except for your breathing. The ocean breeze drifting over your skin. The scent of salt and flour lingers, soft and mild. We'll do this every day. Lamanji, is that you? Every day means every day? Whatever we want, you and me. And for the first time in your life, the future doesn't feel scary. It feels like home. Ending 3 out of 3. Yay! Woohoo! I'm gonna get the other 2 endings. Alright, so here is the next ending. This is right after we do the fight with the curse in the forest, and then we come home. They arrive back home. The moment he steps inside, something feels off, and there's a smell. Faint but distinct, lingering, coming from the bedroom. Nanami pauses in the doorway. Why hadn't he noticed it before? Had the fresh air outside cleared his head, or is he only now letting himself notice it? It's the same scent from the forest, the same poison she used against the curse. Did I actually put poison in the humidifier? Slowly, a thought clicks into place. Was it also used on me? Oh no, I feel bad. He turns to her. His chest tightens. Did you use your poison on me? Her face pales. Kento! He moves past her, towards the television. If it still doesn't work now, was it really the curse's doing? As she steps in front of him, blocking the way, eyes wide, breath uneven. He doesn't say anything. He turns and walks out of the house. Oh no! Oh, I am like messed up. The sea wind brushes against his face, but it doesn't clear the ache in his heart. She didn't trust him. He knows her fear came from love, but it doesn't soften the betrayal. You run after him, bare feet hitting the sand, heart pounding harder with every step. The shore is soft beneath you, pulling at your ankles like it's trying to keep you in place. Kento, please. I'm sorry. Your voice is raw, carried away by the ocean wind. I was just afraid you'd go back to that life. If you go back, you'll die. You know you will. Finally, he looks back at you. There's no anger in his eyes, just something worse. Sadness. I've made him sad. I am a piece of shit. I never said I was going back, but that's not your choice to make. Please, just stay. Stay here. With me. He looks at you for a long moment. Any time. His voice is calm, but there's distance in it. Let me come with you. I need you to trust me. He says it gently, but the words hit hard. You didn't do it before, so I'm asking you to do it now. I need some time to myself, to think. I'll let you know my answer soon. And then he turns again and walks down the beach, until the wind and the waves swallow the sound of his footsteps. You fall to your knees in the sand, hands at your chest, like they might hold it together. You didn't want to hurt him. You just wanted to keep him safe, keep his dream alive. But maybe, in trying too hard to hold on, you pushed him away for good. No! Alright, so this is ending 2. They return home as the sun begins to dip behind the trees, painting the sea in gold and violet. The air is warm, still. No birdsong and no wind. There's a sweet smell in the house, comforting. It makes him relax. My dear, can you please turn on the humidifier? I really don't like the sound of this, because in the first ending, he picked up that we had put the poison in the humidifier, and he left us. I feel like this one, he's just happy to let us control him, or he's just blissfully unaware, and I'm not comfy with it. I feel bad. Why is there angst in my smut? She hesitates just for a moment, then nods and flicks it on. He takes a deep breath. The warmth spreads through him. His body feels light and weightless. She guides him gently towards the bed and sits. He rests his hand on her lap, his eyes already fluttering close as her fingers move through his hair. She leans down, presses her lips softly to his forehead. He thinks there was something he meant to remember, something he was worried about. But now, he can't recall what it was. Maybe he doesn't want to. Sleep, my dear. Her voice is quiet, soothing like a lullaby. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. I'll take care of it. I'll protect your dream. He looks up at her, vision a little hazy, but clear enough to see the smile in her eyes. And in that moment he knows he never wants to leave this place. Not the island. Not her. Not this peace. Oh, that makes me feel bad. I'm a doo-doo head. The wedding is small, just the 2 of you, and a handful of villagers. We don't even get to invite like Yuji and like Shoko and stuff. No fanfare, no noise. He smiles when he says his vows. He's calm now, quiet, exactly how he should be. But he's not himself. He doesn't talk about Tokyo anymore. Doesn't mention the others. Doesn't dream of anything beyond the sea and your quiet little house. You fulfilled his dream. And he doesn't worry about curses anymore. He doesn't worry at all, because he has you. And you protect it. All of it. Forever. Why did I take a turn into the yandere path. Ending 2 out of 3. The end. That one was intense. I liked all the endings. Of course, my favorite is the first one that we got, which is ending 3, which is the perfectly happy ending, where we have the big wedding at the end, and then Nanami rails us 6-way to Sundays and overtime several times. That one was my favorite. And then there was the bad one where he leaves us, which I feel like is a really realistic response to what we've been doing. Because, you know, you're not supposed to poison your spouse. You should be trusting each other. And then the last ending that we got, which is the one where he's blissfully unaware and happily controlled by the poison that you put in, is so sad. Because he's like no longer himself. It seems like he's just content to be like this slightly drugged husk of who he is. And that makes me so upset. Wow. But yeah, I really like this. Nanami is one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, and when he met his fate in the Shibuya arc, I was so freaking sad. So I'm really glad that Kaiwei took the route that she did in this one, and ended up giving him a happy ending in Malaysia. He just deserves it. The premise of the game is done really well as well, because I think for relationships to work, you genuinely have to trust each other. Like, you can't manipulate or set things up just to keep people around you, because that's not how it works. So I really like that there were some, you know, real consequences and pain and hurt from not trusting him and also manipulating the space around him. And I like that you could only get the happy ending if you fully trusted him. The art, once again, absolutely gorgeous. Kaiwei did such a good job with the spicy scene as well. She's such a talented human being. So I absolutely would advise you guys to also purchase the spicy version on her itch account, just to check out how incredible she is and also support her and all of her work as well. Also, if you do want my full react to the spicy scene that is completely uncut and uncensored, that is available on my Patreon, link is in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And as always, until the next fictional man, I hope you guys take care.